What's up, guys, and welcome to the Middle Aisle Podcast.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
Peace.
Alright, Aaron. When is method acting too much?
Method acting has been like a controversial form of acting in Hollywood and even just in minor productions. Some people think that it actually be helpful, get you in the headspace of the character easily because the psyche just has to react to the instincts that you have. It'll come so natural to you. For instance, I'm in fucking Antarctica or something. I need to stay in a cold cabin, It'll be way easier to stay in that location and get into that headspace to see the struggle and stuff, but when it goes too much, there are people that go too much, and it's still respectable. It still ends up respectable, that the character really respects his job, but at the same time, when there isn't really an influence that goes into it, there's not really a distinct connection to your character, just infamously, Jared Leto, the guy let out rats and stuff, used condoms, and when you watch the interviews with Margot Robbie, Will Smith, they don't seem pleased, dude. They hate that shit.
How about the gifts you gave everyone? Rats, bullets, a hog.
Don't forget the anal beads.
Who did you send used condoms to?
Oh, everybody. Maybe they didn't want to tell you, but
I got so many weird things. I can't even begin to tell you the weird things I got.
I think it's just overkill. I don't think method acting is a lesser art form. It really depends on the approach and how you do it, how respectfully you do it, or how calculated it is, I guess. Because you might end up looking like a dumbass because you're not really hammering into a characteristic you want to portray,
Yeah, to add to your point, in certain instances, so it's hard to say whether it's too much, really, Some people have said that Christian Bale drastically transforming his body for different roles. Some people have said that it's too much. But on the other hand, is the actor is fine with it? Is they're completely healthy, not harming anyone doing it? I feel like that's perfectly fine. But sometimes, some method actors are just doing it for the sake of doing it, It feels unnecessary at times. Like for example, Shia Labeouf in Fury, taking off his tooth while taking a bath. I mean, you never really heard of Tom Hanks doing that while shooting Saving Private Ryan, right? Or Andrew Garfield in Hacksaw Ridge.
Speaking of Shia and unnecessary, dude, the tax collector, man.
Yeah. So, for those not in the know, Shia LaBeouf apparently had his chest, his arms, and part of his legs tattooed for somewhat of a minor role in David Ayer's new film, The Tax Collector.
And man, this really gained a lot of buzz in Instagram because who would not react? Who would not react to that? You're a soulless monster if you don't find that interesting. He's fully committed his body to tattoos for a role. I guess we'll see, man. We'll see how this pans out, if the tattoos even actually work to his advantage, I guess. The tax collector, man. I don't even know where to begin, and I'm gonna go in this bitch because it's a hella bizarre film. So I'm gonna start with the pros. So at first, what I noticed that was really good in there was the prosthetics, man. Honestly, do you know that scene when Shia LaBeouf got stomped on by what's his name, Conejo? Also when David takes some random cartel guy who was connected to Conejo, just pushed into the fucking pavement. I thought it was just gonna be CGI'd or something, or they'll hide his face, but they actually committed. I gotta give them props, man.
That's really intense. I never really expected them to go ahead with it, I was expecting Dave to just intimidate the guy or whatever, to just straight up push his face off the ground in a moving van. Holy shit, that's actually really good, you know?
My boy is tender, dude. He was tenderized to a fucking pulp. But yeah, I mean, so far that was pretty good, and just like the general gore like that was happening in there, like honestly, not bad. You know, like this one, it actually managed to get it right, at least for me. There's this one shot, you know. Do you know the epic, high budget shot they got? Do you remember that? You know when like they bust in the house of like the guy who they grinded to the pavement, where they just get like a whole shootout, and so it looks
Oh
like
yeah, the slow-mo one.
yeah, dude, that's where all the budget went. It went from Shia Labeouf's tats and that, you know. Jesus Christ. So far, those are the only good I can say about it. So let's dive in, dude. Let's fucking dive in, my guy. So first, let's just get it out of the way. Let's start with, you know, David, the main boy. So far, as performance-wise, he doesn't have a lot of range, the actor, or maybe he wasn't just given a lot to work with. I don't know if it was the fault of the director or the screenplay, you know.
Yeah, he was a bit mediocre, you know, in my opinion. Maybe it's just me, I guess you as well. But, you know, I feel like I kind of lacked emotional connection to the character, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's living a very tragic life, but somehow it all feels so fake, you know?
Yeah. The thing is though, I feel like the reason why it's like that, it's also because of the cliches, you know? It just feels like it's eating it up, and you know, the fact those like cliches really add up to like how fake it is, and like we don't really know much about him besides those surface level like problems, and like that's the thing, it hurts him. His character is hurt the most because like as I said, the cliches, you know, when like you don't mix family with business, right? That was like the main theme. Now family goes first, you know, can't mix it with business. And that's the thing, it's so weird because like he's always like that, but like I don't know, there's like a lot of ideals clashing. There's this one point also that they completely shoved it away, and for me, I could have seen it as like a thing for family to attach us to the family. Because honestly, right now I don't care about the kids, you know. If they died, okay, nice. But like, I feel like, you know, even with the kids, like the connection with the kids with David, you know, it's only like, oh look, daddy, look, I have my tooth removed, you pendejo. Like it's only until there.
Daddy, my tooth is wiggly. Is it ready to come out? Daddy, the baby took us to In-N-Out.
I don't think that's enough, you know. Or maybe in execution, it just didn't feel like we weren't given something to hold on to. So there's this one crucial point I want to point out where like the daughter, or I don't know what her name is, she finds out in the hotel room that David has a gun.
Daddy, why do you have a gun?
That could have been like a good family moment, you know, na that David can explain to the kids na, okay, you know, I'm sorry this happened, you know, forgive me for whatever. It could have been a really good family moment in my opinion, and we were given much to work with. So at that point, we didn't really connect with a main guy, you know. I don't know, I just saw that as an opportunity to like add more character depth to the guy, but I guess not, you know.
Yeah, you're right nga. Everything we see feels so surface level, you know? It's like a checklist of what does a family do, what does a dad do, you know?
Yeah.
Hug his kids, you know, take off their teeth or whatever. For me, it really felt like David's just an artificial caricature. He never really felt like a warm human being. I guess it's some part of it's down to the acting, part of it's down to the writing. Pero there's really something missing. You could never really get into it.
I thought this like dialogue was weird when David said, "Oh, I think Conejo's like this demonic presence or something. I can feel it." I was like, dude, didn't like your Tio like talk about like how he's like a grade 8 terrorist or some stuff? Like
yeah.
So when this motherfucker like grabbed the chicken and like sliced it up to like a shrine, I'm like, oh, the movie was hinting to that scene. Okay. I bursted laughing when this like woman appeared from the wall when she was painted all black.
Yeah. Coneo's girlfriend. Oh, that is such a bizarre scene. Yeah.
Jesus, that bursted me, man. Cause just seeing that, like, you know, it's like she's all in camouflage and stuff, and then she just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was so bizarre. You know, just what's the need for your girlfriend, you know, painting herself black just to perform a ritual sacrifice or whatever?
I guess that's where the budget went to, the prosthetic team. What the hell?
Yeah, and I get it if it was actually part of the ritual, you know.
Yeah.
Some sort of like black demon or whatever. But you know, she just painted as the wall. She's just cosplaying as a fucking ritual wall.
I just imagine like Conejo like bringing like a bucket of black paint into like the cartel. God was like, "Oi, what the hell is that for?"
Yeah, like who took the time to just imagine Conejo, Gata or whatever her name is, you know, just like Conejo taking a bucket of paint, you know, painting his girlfriend black, you know, waiting for it to dry and painting white the ritual like symbols and shit.
You know what it is though? She's going method too, dude.
Yeah, and on topic of the sacrifice thing, I think it's meant to be like some sort of contrast between David and Conejo. Like, remember, David's supposed to be this religious, prayerful family man, you know. And then Conejo's some sort of ritual sacrifices and shit. Oh, I can't get over that. But yeah, I don't think it really hit that much as a contrast, you know. Because at the end of the day, you know, David's also a psychopathic criminal, you know? So, really, how much different can you be from a guy doing the exact same thing as you, except that he's praying to Satan instead of praying to God, you know?
Just another thing about like David is like he's viewed as like the nicest guy, you know, like I'm religious but like I do this but like, you know, I still consider myself innocent or some shit like that. So this for me was like plot armor, I guess, when the Bloods, he handed over a blood to the neighborhood, like, oh yeah, you're a candle in the darkness, fool.
You're a candle in the darkness. It's a good man right there. This is a good motherfucker here, man.
That's right.
I told you was a candle. We fucking with you.
That's right.
Like what? It's so bizarre because like apparently that made him like his character trait. It's like just one moment in the film that like really like shaped the way how the ending worked.
I guess in the climax part where it's kind of a shitty scene. As this guy is built up to be some sort of big bad and shit. It only takes 2 guys to raid his compound.
My boy only has like 3 guys at the cartel. Must be a slow day.
Would have been fine if it's a Sunday, everyone's on their day off.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
It would have been fine if the Bloods actually went with them, you know. There's a shootout or whatever. David has to sneak in, do some stealth shit. You know, David sneaks, chokes out one guard in a in a dumb scene, in all honesty, you know. Guy was halfway through falling. If he just leaned back a little more, he would have fallen onto David, you know. He would have never have been choked out.
But dude, that's some Looney Tunes shit right there.
Yeah, but I guess that's a minor scene. You know, then what's the guy's name? Was it Bones, ba? The leader of the Bloods.
Yeah.
I remember it's a girl walking up to him in the car, you know, putting a gun onto his head. They have a fight. The girl stabbed. Was he stabbed in the leg, ba? Then he kills the girl and another guy. That's it. You know.
Nice. There's no extra backup arriving. None of that.
There was no establishment of where the location was. No establishment of why these guards were here in the first place. We didn't even need that fucking fight scene in the first place. You know, take it off. You know, nothing changes in the story. It's not like David even knew that, I don't know, there were guards. I mean, David was already upstairs, right? You know, he already got past those guards. So there were at that point they were inconsequential to the story.
Yeah, that's true, man. Now, in contrast, seeing all of that, Conejo doesn't really look like that big of a guy, you know? He only has that enough man with him. Like, he's supposed to be like the come up to like Wizard, you know? He's supposed to be the next guy, and he's asking David's hand to be like, hey, you know, be my right hand man, you know? You'll be my tax collector. And just seeing that, like, that's his cartel. Nah, dude. I'm gonna stick with my main man, you know? The fuck? So what's with that shit?
It's kind of dumb as well. David breaks into his bedroom, right? He just kills Gata like it's nothing, you know? All that build up of her being some sort of psychopathic badass, you know? She was holding 2 blades, right? In the poster. She was center of the poster holding 2 blades or something. She just gets shot, you know, like it's nothing.
Do you remember when David was about to be beaten to a pulp, and then all of a sudden he has this like flashback into like some karate bullshit?
The anime, the anime flashback thing.
3, 2, 1, dead. Don't defend it. What's gonna happen? Right?
Oh god, so cringe.
Legit. And here's the thing, like, that could have even worked in a generic manner. Pero the only time that we actually see him train is that one time he got...
Yeah, it's like the 2-minute scene, yeah.
Jesus Christ. And where's that flashback coming from?
Yeah, I guess it would have been a lot better if we actually established who the sensei was or whatever, you know?
Yeah, was it like there a voiceover of the sensei for that scene?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like it's a 2-minute scene of David being beaten, I guess. Was it him being beaten ba, or was he the guy applying the armbar?
He got beaten up by an armbar, so it made them look like a pussy. Then he did the armbar, so I was like, okay, there's development. But why didn't they just hammer in the point that he was developing? I guess that wasn't like a good way to establish that he was actually training well, you know?
Yeah, I guess the teacher like says some motivational words, you know.
But like, dude, that's some Karate Kid shit right there. Like some basic, like flashback cliche. That's like the biggest cliche I could point out right now. Do you have anything else to add to just like the film wise?
Nothing more.
Alright, and if that's the case, then let's talk about our boy Shia Labeouf, man.
Wow.
Just to give more context on this. So basically, you know, our boy Shia, that was his main thing, the tats, right? Apparently he got it from like a local tattoo artist, and he wanted to like, I think the tattoo artist himself was just like a childhood friend of him, or like he wanted to support like his like community, I guess. So that's why he got the tattoo there, and then he eventually posted it on Instagram. So that's where it all sparked the controversy of like, is the tattoos really worth it? Permanent tattoos. I mean, even Jared Leto, the guy who sent out rats and condoms and shit, didn't even go that far to get permanent tattoos, man. Before we get into like Shia himself, let's just talk about like his character. What did you think of Creeper?
Creeper seems like the comedy relief sidekick. Like at the start, he was given his entrance, you know, at the store or whatever that place is. He was being established as some sort of legendary, like, psychopath killer. The first act was honestly consistent with that, you know. Like he was always willing to shoot people. But well, when you get to this second act, he just dies, you know.
I mean, we don't even get to know much about the guy, you know? Like,
Yeah.
there isn't even any backstory to him, because I wish we could have seen a bit more of him. It's just so weird with his like backstory and like how he handles stuff. I'm about to kill this motherfucker with like scissor and shit, you know?
I'll skin that motherfucker. You should let me have.
Then all of a sudden he's like,
Hey, check out the cooler. I got cashews, chicken thighs, cheese, broccoli and mackerel, fucking everything. Those are my ketogenic meals. I dropped like 10 pounds for it. Just know this, fool.
What's up?
Okay? Human body?
Yeah.
It's a machine. Science. So first thing in the morning,
Yeah.
clear my head of noise. Boom. Focus on my breathing. Observe my thoughts. Then I lean into my day. Are we killing anybody today? I got fucking nice shoes on. You ever meditate?
so bizarre.
So inconsistent talaga how Creeper's character was portrayed, you know. As you said, now 1 minute he's like fucking, let's kill this motherfucker, you know. The next moment he's like, do some yoga and shit, bro. I'm like,
Okay, so some people say yoga sit down. Some people.
and you know, like adding all of that up, you know, up until his death.
Yeah.
It just made him seem like, you know, he was just all talk, no show. I know there's like 1 or 2 second scenes where he's torturing, or I guess, or after the kill or whatever. But it's just part of the montage where David's intimidating Victor as a new guy, diba? Like after that, we really have nothing, I know, to show why is this guy a legend, you know? It's also
It's
built
called
up
the devil,
for.
right?
Yeah.
You heard of me? What have you heard, Victor?
I heard you're the devil.
I might be.
And here's the thing also. The chemistry between them does not work at all. Because first, like, Shia's like this. He's like up here. And then David's like down there. He's so tame. But like Shia's like giving so much weird conversations. Like David has to go up there. It's not consistent, you know? The energy isn't consistent when they're like bantering, you know?
Shia overshadows David so much in every scene they have together. It's not for the better, you know? Especially given that's the most interesting character in the film. Fucking dies halfway through, and now we have his boring friend left.
I don't know if it's the same with you, but when I was watching it, I was like, damn, I wish I would have seen more Shia because he was more entertaining, you know? Like,
yeah.
And it's not even the fact because he was well written, it's just because he's the only entertaining part of the whole thing. Did the tattoos matter? 3, 2, 1. No.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
Hell yeah,
no.
bro. Hell yeah.
What do you mean? Fuck no, dude. Here, the man is on a full suit the whole movie. And this one scene, which is the death scene, he's covered in blood ba putang ina naman. Sayang yun. What a waste of tattoos, man.
Here's the thing. Majority of the buzz around the movie was built on Shia and his method acting, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like how Shia is working with David Ayer again, this director who allows him to just method act his way into madness.
Yeah.
So the whole buzz, like literally most of the buzz I've seen around this movie is around that. So, you know, I guess me and you were both
expecting
him to, you know, play a huge part in the story.
Yeah.
And the tats to play a big part, you know, but it's just honestly, I couldn't even hate on it, man. Just disappointing, man.
Yeah, like when I saw him get like curb stomped into a pulp, I was like, oh man, that's it? I mean, I feel like it was just an excuse. just to get the tats, you know?
I mean, I guess it's not really our place to judge him, given that it's his body, man. You should,
yeah.
You do you. I mean, you're rich enough to have those taken off if you wanted to, but I mean, like honestly, Like,
Yeah.
there should be some deleted scenes, right? There should be like some sort of studio interference or something where,
I hope so.
or they just like on a whim change the trajectory of the film. I mean, it's such a bizarre decision lang to method act that character, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's you got a
all
point.
the
Yeah.
characters in the film, you know, I mean, I would have understood if it was he was playing Conejo, or if he was playing, I don't know, Conejo's girlfriend or something. Then they were just playing the comedic sidekick. I mean, like, thousands of actors have played that role in movies. You never didn't really play it differently, you know. It's just disappointing how all that expectation went. You know.
Yeah, I was honestly like so pumped for like, oh my god, Shia's gonna bring out another banger, because before, like in like the early like 2010s, like he had like a bad rap for himself. When he had the redemption arc with like, you know, Peanut Butter Falcon and Honey Boy, you know, I mean, those were pretty good movies, and like just from the buzz from like Honey Boy, people were like praising the shit out of that. So maybe it's just a case of just like, you know, you're not gonna be dealt with like the best hand ever. Just on the tattoo thing, I feel like it's just like an excuse, you know, just to get it. I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like it's also on Ayer's part, I guess. I feel like as a director, sometimes you have to say no, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
You'd be wearing a suit for like 90% of your scenes, and we're gonna die halfway through the film anyway, so...
Yeah, dude, even that, just the logistics of it, you know, it doesn't
just
line
let the
up.
makeup artist do their thing.
Yeah, oh my god. If it really, I mean, I get, you know, that's why I strongly believe it's just an excuse just to get it. And like, you know, it's good, it's a good buzz, because people are, I mean, if that was the intention of Labeouf at this, of Shia this whole time, I mean, he won, we watched it. We watched the damn film.
I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think that's it though. I know he still can, he has made like good performances, and you know, he has made good films. I mean, he does has his fair share of bad films, but hopefully, you know, I don't want to grill him too hard here, because you know, maybe he just wants to do it for fun, you know. Maybe that's just his thing. He just wanted to do it for fun, and you know, that maybe we're just like digging in too deep about this movie, you know. But yeah, at the same time, there is expectation, so.
I mean, I guess if those tattoos help Shia get into the zone, and I mean, I think we both agree that Shia was a highlight of this film, so...
Yeah, ironically enough, he was.
For better or for worse.
So, you know, just like objectively as a film overall, you know, well, what do you think about? Would you even give it a rating at this point?
I'd give it 1 homie out of 10.
Oh damn! Yeah, I'ma give it 2 foos out of 5.
Alright.
Alright, I'ma give it 1 back tattoo out of 10. Jesus Christ.
3 chest pieces out of 8.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Holy shit!
No, but the thing is, honestly, I give it a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, honestly, maybe for me I'd give it like a 2, I guess, just to be generous. But if I wasn't, yeah, I'd stick with the 1 as well. Personally, for me, this movie isn't even like the type that it's so bad it's good. You know, it's not even that.
It just gets boring at times, you know, unwatchable kind of boring.
When I was watching it, there are films that you could like, you've completely accepted that it's bad, and that's what makes it way more fun.
Yeah, as you said, there are some things that look fun and shit, but here it's just, as you said earlier, it's just disappointing, you know, given how much promise the first act had. Like don't get me wrong, it's not top quality like Pulp Fiction stuff, but but it still had promise, you know. It really felt like it was building up to something big. Yeah. It all fell off the rails.
Shia, if you're out there, I'm happy for you, buddy. I'm happy for you. If you're happy, dude, you know what? I'm happy. if you're good with your yeah, if you're happy, yeah, sure. Just you do you, man. Just keep on hustling, dude.
You know, Shia, you know, we might have shattered you so much in this film, but you're still the man, bro.